everyone. We are the Gratitude Girls.
The Gratitude Girls are in the house. Good evening, Lori. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I want to first say a happy Canadian Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to all our Canadian friends and family. So we start Thanksgiving a little bit earlier. So here we are at our evening, our full day of giving thanks. And I'm very grateful to be here with you, Lori, and with our audience and our group and our clients and our friends who might be listening in. If you're celebrating Thanksgiving tonight and you finished your turkey before you put the TV on and you're getting this notification, hang out with us for about 20 minutes and then go put your feet up. And if you're cleaning the kitchen right now, just put the phone on the counter and listen to us while you're doing the dishes. There's no reason why you can't listen to the Gratitude Girls while you're doing something. It's Monday night at 8:30. That should be like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Gratitude Girls Day. That should be what Monday night at 8:30 is. It's like, whatever you're doing, cleaning up, having dinner, just put us on for a couple of minutes and then see if any of this perks any questions or inspires you for any questions. So we're going to high level it tonight. I will introduce myself in a moment, but I'll just give you a quick event flow. We're going to high level it and give you 17 amazing principles of personal achievement. So before we do that, you may want to know who we are if you're tuning in for the first time, why we're here, why are we doing this, and who are these two girls calling themselves Gratitude Girls? My name is Catherine Asaro Myers, affectionately known as Rara is in the house. I'm broadcasting to you live tonight from Niagara-on-the-Lake, Ontario, Canada. And I am here with my amazing Gratitude Girl partner, Lori Delk-Radecki.
Yes, Lori Delk-Radecki, and I'm outside of Nashville, Tennessee.
Well, I wanted to let you know that I'm loving everybody tonight. So I wore this big heart, which I haven't worn in about 10 years, because I want you to know that if you recognize this, if you have any remembrance of when I got it, it's for you. And if not, and you're new to us tonight, this is my heart to you, because this is a day of thanks. And I'm very grateful for that. So I thought I would wear my heart on my chest as opposed to on my sleeve, because you know that expression, don't wear your heart on your sleeve. I thought I'd wear it right here on my skin. All right, so Lori, this heart's for you. This one's for you. Just before we went live, I asked you a question and I'm like, I do not know the correct way to put. So I'm going to ask if you would start tonight so that you could facilitate answering my question at the same time. We'll talk about 17 principles of personal achievement. Lesson number 1.
Yes, number 1, definiteness of purpose. So the starting point of like all achievement, if you don't have a purpose and a plan, then you might just kind of like drift aimlessly through life. And who wants to do that?
Right. I love that word, definiteness. All right. Principle number 2, mastermind alliance. The mastermind principle consists of an alliance of 2 or more minds, like you have right here, Lori and I, 2 or more minds working in perfect harmony. If I must say so myself, we are definitely an example of that. For the attainment of common definite object, success does not come without the cooperation of others. We are not in this alone.
Right, absolutely. And then 3, applied faith. So faith, a lot of people put a religious connotation to that, which it can be, but it's not just that. Faith is like a state of mind through which like your aims, your desires, your plans, your purpose, anything can be translated and moved into its physical presence, right? So if you believe, you can achieve.
I love this, going the extra mile. Now, there are some people that I know who may be on our group and watching, and one of my ambassador clients actually named something that they were doing called going the extra mile. And I just think it really resonates if you're watching, or you'll watch the replay because I'll send it out to you. Going the extra mile is when you go the extra mile, the law of compensation comes into play. Going the extra mile is the action of rendering more and better service than for which you are presently paid. Okay, let that sink in. When you go the extra mile, the law of compensation comes into play. I'll let you sit with that. You might want to hit the replay on this, the first four, but that's a really important one.
Number 5, have a pleasing personality. Your personality is the sum total of your mental, your spiritual, and your physical traits and habits that distinguish you from all the other people. It's a factor that determines whether you're liked or disliked, whether you attract people or repel people. And this is why it's also so important for you to be yourself and not try to copy someone else. Because when you copy someone else, that's not you. You're not authentic, right? So you want to be you. So your true personality comes out.
Awesome. I love that. Here's another lesson for you: personal initiative. Personal initiative is the power that inspires the completion of that which one begins. It is the power that starts all action. No person is free until we learn to do our thing, to do our thinking, and gains the courage to act on his own. So do your thing and gain the courage to act on our own. It's really important to have personal initiative. Think about the times in your life where you may have leaned on someone else, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the key to success, and it's not really the key, it is the 17 principles of personal achievement. So we want to take all of them. Personal initiative.
Yes. And so the next one, you know how lots of people talk about girls and, PMS, right? Get rid of it, right? No, PMA. That's what we're talking about. Positive mental attitude. It's the right mental attitude in all circumstances. Success attracts more success, while also failure attracts more failure. So what do you want to attract? Keep a PMA.
I love that. Enthusiasm. You know when someone has it, and you can tell when someone doesn't. Enthusiasm is faith in action. It is the intense emotion known as a burning desire. You can recognize it. It comes from within, although it radiates outwardly in the expression of one's voice and countenance.
Yes. And that goes into number 9, which is self-discipline, right? Especially once you become older, right? As you're growing up, you might have your parents or a leader or a teacher guide you. As you grow up older, it's self-discipline. You can still hire a coach to help you to do things and to stay on track. But in the end, it's you. It's all on you. If you don't succeed or get to where you're going, it's on you. If you don't control your thoughts, you cannot control your needs. Like they say with the horse, they control that humongous horse with that little bit in its mouth, right? Self-discipline begins with the mastery of your thoughts. If you don't control your thoughts, you cannot control your needs or your body or yourself. Self-discipline calls for balancing all your emotions of your heart with the reasoning of the faculty of your head.
And there's my heart right there. So you can think about that. Here's another great lesson: accurate thinking. Do you ever hear of a muddled thinker? Okay, well, accurate thinking is the power of thought. It is the most dangerous and the most beneficial power attainable to human, depending on how it's used.
And then controlled attention. Are you an attention seeker? Are you one of those that want all eyes on you? Do you go into a party and you want to be that center of attention? Controlled attention leads to mastery in any type of human behavior or endeavor, because it enables you to focus on the powers in your mind upon the attainment of a definite objective. So you want to keep it directed at will, what you plan and how you control it.
Thank you for that, Lori. We all are going to resonate with this one. I'm sure if you're in this group, you are going to have some form of a team, family, or business. Teamwork. Teamwork is harmonious cooperation that is willing, voluntary, and free. No twisting of the arms, no threats, willing, voluntary, and free. Whenever the spirit of teamwork is the dominating influence in business or industry, success is inevitable. Harmonious cooperation is a priceless asset that you can acquire in proportion to your giving. And I'll cite one particular time in my life that I mean, there's so many, but one, I remember when I was rank advancing to executive in send out cards. I remember the moment when one of my team members said, "I am here to help and support you. What can I do?" And I was thinking, really? Wow. Not that I didn't expect the teamwork, but there was a moment, it was a very late moment, and it was like 10:30 at night. And I was thinking, I have like an hour and a half. So teamwork really makes a difference when someone shows up and says that. So if you're there to help someone, speak up and say, "I am here. What can I do to help you?" And someone might tell you, and that might be the thing that becomes the thing that they will never forget and be grateful for.
Right. Teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Absolutely.
So how about adversity? We all have adversity in our life, right? We even might have defeat sometimes. Did you ever feel like just throwing in the towel? I know I have. Many so-called failures represent only a temporary defeat that may end up proving to be a blessing in disguise. So many times adversity comes into our life and we might think, "Oh, why am I going through this? Oh, why me? I don't deserve this," right? And there could be all these different things. But sometimes it might be a growing moment. It could be just because, you never know. But the thing is, if you keep moving forward through it, you might end up finding that blessing on the other side, that rainbow at the end of the rain. Individual success usually is an exact proportion of the scope of the feat of the defeat that the individual might have experienced and or mastered.
Thank you for that. Here's another really good lesson: creative vision. Can you relate to it? Creative vision is developed by the free and the fearless use of one's imagination. My husband does this on every level, all the time. He is on when it comes to creative vision. It is not a miraculous quality with which one is gifted or is not gifted at birth. It is not a miraculous quality with which one is gifted or not gifted at birth. If you know a creative vision person, you'll spot them and you'll know that they're the kind of person, if it's you, where you can use all these different thoughts and ideas and put that together and hopefully articulate that. But if not, there are other people who can articulate it. The creative vision is an amazing, amazing conversation to have with someone.
Yes. And so number 15 is health. So if you work really hard for business success, personal success, financial success, but then you get sick and die, what's it all worth? Right? So things can happen to anybody in their life at any time. And, you know, just like my kid's father could be a car wreck and you pass away. But for everything, you should always be focusing on your health. Sound health begins with sound health consciousness, just like a financial success begins with a prosperity consciousness. So that's one thing we've been working a lot on lately. We have been, I've been cooking at home. We actually have not ate or drank out in public for 2 weeks now. And those of you that know us know that my husband and I love to go out to eat. We grab drinks out, Starbucks, anything, you know, out. And I've been making everything at home. One, not only does it save money, but two, it's also so much healthier because I know what I put into it. I know how I've prepared it.
And you did, that's so great to hear. And that just leads right into what we're talking about now, budgeting time and money. So you came up with, like, you led right into that. Time and money are precious resources, and very few striving for success ever believe that we possess one or the other in excess. We can never have too much money or time to budget our money. Now, I don't know how you do what you do about money to our audience, but I will tell you that I have a timer that every day by noon, I make sure that my budgeting is up to date for the day. Yep. Every day I have a budget. Now, what happens after 12? I do that on my own, but at 12 o'clock, my alarm says, are you budgeted and on track for the day? So if you want to know more about that.
All right. And so number 17, our final one, and probably one of the most important ones, is habits. Developing and establishing positive habits can lead to peace of mind, as well as health and financial security. You are where you are because of your established habits, your thoughts, and your deeds. Like they say, what you think about, you bring about, right? My mom, that was one of her favorite sayings of me growing up. What you think about, you bring about. Don't think that way, right? If I said something that shouldn't be, right? Like a lot of times, so my husband said this the other day. He said, I forget what it was, but it was something is killing me, right? And I said, don't affirm that. You don't say that. And that's just, it's like my mom made over. That's what she used to say all the time. What you think about, you bring about. So you don't want to affirm anything that you don't want to bring about, but also you want to build your habits so you become what you're wanting to achieve. Like Kevin and I were, our first grandbaby is due any minute. And so that was one of the things that we've decided we are pushing to get healthy, like, because we want to be here for our grandchildren to grow up. We want to be able to play with them. We want to be able to do things with them. And so cooking from home, like I said, I can figure out, I know what goes into the food. I know what goes into everything. But on that same note, it's going to save a lot of money, because spending the money at the grocery store, even though I buy everything organic, still, as opposed to going out and who knows what they're feeding you, and then you're tipping, and then you're doing other stuff. And of course, we know we're still going to eat out some, but we've decided that we are only eating out when we're eating out, like with one of our kids or somebody else. At all the other times, we are coming home. We drove an hour and a half this afternoon just to come home to have lunch that I had already made before we left. So we're sticking to it. And it was several reasons, but one of our big ones is health, but two is becoming a habit. We're making those habits, new habits that we are training our mind to stick to for other different successes we want to achieve.
That's such a good example, Lori. Thank you for taking the time to get into that, because someone might be thinking, how do I change that habit? Or, why would I do that? Or what gives us the reason to change a habit? And you just gave a really good example, life, some pleasure in life gives us a reason to change a habit. So we can talk definitely more about all of this. And we will in our private dining room. I just wanted to look at the time. Maybe we should talk a little bit about, we have a couple of minutes. Maybe we should talk a little bit about what, if you're enjoying yourself tonight and you would like to see us next week, then to tune in right here at 8:30. But if you'd like to take it a step further, Lori, do you want to give a little bit of a teaser as to what comes next?
Yes, definitely. So every Monday night, right after this free coaching and training that we do with you, we invite you into our private dining room. That is for just our private coaching and training clients in our private coaching and training group. So if you go to gratitudegirls.com/coaching, you can see all the information there. It has information about our coaching group. It also has information about one-on-one, or shall we say two-on-one, two for the price of one, Gratitude Girls coaching and training, as well as the try us on for size option, because all girls love to try stuff on, right?
Absolutely. And you should spend a lot of time looking at that. When you go shopping, I'll just tell you, it doesn't matter if I have an event or not. I still have to try a few things on, right? I want to just see, how does this look? How does that look? So the other day I had my eye on this jacket and I was looking at it for about 3 weeks, and it was there every time. It was staring me in the face every time I went into that place. And the other day I thought, it's still there. If it's my size, I'm going to try it on for size and I'm going to take it. So I tried it on. I tried the other size on and said, which one do you think? And they said, of course, the first one looked better. So you try it on for size, because my mind was made up. I was already buying this. But I tried it on for size because I wanted to go through the exercise. So if you know that you want to have private coaching and training with us, you can try us on for size, even though you've made up your mind, so that you could just see which way it looks better before you dive in. Maybe you need that extra step. So that's what I did. I tried it on for size, but I already knew my credit card was in my hand. I knew I was buying it. You often know exactly what you're going to do. So if you're ready to talk to us, then by all means, go ahead and book that call. Don't be shy, because we're here to share with you. So Lori, I'll look at the time and leave it up to you from this moment on.
Yes, absolutely. So if you are on with us and you are in our private dining room, then go ahead and join us. And so you know the code. If you don't know the code, text Catherine or me, go to facebook.com/gratitudegirls, message us there, or message us right in the private coaching and training group that you are in, and we will remind you of the code, and you can go ahead and hop on with us now. And once again, if you're not yet and you would like to be, go to gratitudegirls.com/coaching, read all the information there. If you have any questions or anything, you can sign up there. But if you have any questions, feel free to text Catherine or I or both of us at facebook.com/gratitudegirls. Good night, everyone.
Thank you. Good night.